Hey guys, this is Kelly, RC Mechanic, and I was working on the HGP 407, but I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that right now. My new axles are splined, and the differentials they're like a 2 flat spot going in there. So I haven't decided whether I'm going to take a chance and modify the new axles or keep searching. So far, quick search on my phone, I haven't found anything. So today we're gonna go ahead and yeah, we're gonna do some things to this truck coming up. And first thing I want to do right now is suspension. I want to work on that, make it a little bit softer, help it articulate a little bit more. And I did put a body lift in this thing, and to make clearance for my front tires right here. But I'm thinking about actually, if I can get that angle here, trimming a little bit here and a little bit here. I know there's like flares that you can buy for this, and maybe they allow for that kind of clearance on this truck. But anyway, for now, I'm going to work on the suspension. As you know, this is a leaf sprung truck, and also that the shocks have springs in them as well, and you really don't need to have both. So today we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull the springs out of the shocks, put oil in the shocks. I'm going to take, it has 3 leaves in the front and rear. I'm going to take one of them out. Hopefully it'll give it some more articulation. Okay, so there we are. The wheels are off. I took the hex adapters off because I figured it'd be better to do that and not lose the pins. So I took those off. So I think what I'm going to do first is the front axle. And in order to do that, I believe I'm going to turn her over like that, and I'm going to go ahead and remove, well, this drive shaft will be fine, but I think I'm just going to pull these shocks off at the bottom because I'm going to put oil in them anyway. This truck here was an RTR, so it's it doesn't hurt to go through all the screws anyway, while I'm working on it, just to make sure everything is tight. So far, everything's been tight, so I'm pretty impressed with that. Oh, don't lose my spacer or my nut. Alright. Yeah, so far everything's been really tight, so. And the screws are threaded into aluminum, which is threaded already, so the nut is kind of like a backup, almost like, So I'm going to take this drag link off on the knuckle. It's also backed by a nut. Oh, there's another spacer. Better not lose that. Oh, maybe there wasn't a nut on there. Maybe it's just me. Okay. Well, there was not a nut on there. Alright. There's a nut here, though. and another spacer, so gotta be careful of that. Thick one goes on top, so remember that. Okay, so as you can see, it's already got a spring in there, so we don't really need a spring. I'm just going to fill these with oil. Okay, so this is a pretty simple deal. I pull the bolts out up here, so all I have to do is just kind of like flip it over like that, and so y'all can see, just remove these 2 screws. And what I'm going to do is this shortest leaf right here, I'm going to take it out. So let's go ahead and do that. There's all my stuff. There it is. Oh, that's not right. There we go. And so far, everything has been really tight. So can't really complain there. Only thing I need to do is when I go to put this back together is make sure I'm lining up the drive shaft right. You know, on a little scale truck it most likely does not matter as much, but on a full size rig it sure does. Come on, man. As soon as I get this screw out, it's all a matter of sliding that spring out. That one spring right there. Alright, it's going to make all the difference in articulation. There's another trick that a person can do, I guess, where it comes to trimming the spring itself at the hanger. But I don't want to do that. I mean, I do realize this one will not perform the same as a 4-link, and I'm fine with that because I wanted a leaf spring truck. Because, well, actually it's been really a lot of fun to drive. So. We'll knock these in. Okay, so I'm going to do the other side, and I'll see you in just a sec. Okay, so I got those all done. As you can see, if you can see, right here, there's only 2 leaves now, so it should give it a whole lot more articulation travel. And right now, what I need to do is make sure my drive shaft's in phase. That's what they call it. Phase being, you see this yoke right here and this yoke right here, they need to be lined up so that there's no vibration or binding. So that's what I did right there. I just, oops. I just put it in phase. So let's put these shoulder bolts back in and it won't go anywhere. So the reason why they call these a shoulder bolts is because you see, like, there's a smooth area right here and it kind of steps down to the thread. That's the shoulder right there. So it'll only tighten down so far, which is a good thing because you don't want your leaf springs too tight, otherwise they won't be able to move. Need a big one. Actually, a lot of full-size rigs also have like a shoulder bolt on the leaf spring for the same reason. So there's no binding. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go tighten this other side, and then we'll move on to the front. Okay, so the front is about the same way. Only other thing I had to do was take this drag link off from the knuckle. So that way it's separated from the servo right here. So we'll just go ahead and flip this up and do the same darn thing as we did in the back. Just take these screws out, take that lower leaf out, and that part will be done. So let me go ahead and get that done, and then we can move on to shocks, okay? Alright, so I got the springs done. Everything's all hooked up. Right now, we're not too stiff, you know, so the next part is going through the shocks. I'm going to show you what I mean on one of them here. Is that there's a spring up in here. I mean, it's got a leaf spring, so it doesn't need a spring in here. What it needs is oil in here. The front one, I do believe, is a little stiffer one. I'm not sure. Can't remember. No, it's about the same. Like that. Does not need a spring in there, just oil. So, I'm going to take all these out. I'm going to put some oil on them and reinstall them, and then you can see, you know, how it turned out. Alright, so here it is, man. Suspension mod done. Actually, it's not really a mod. I guess you'd call it a mod. But, you know, just removing that one leaf spring made all the difference. I mean, I couldn't do this before. Not even that high. You know, if I raised it that high, this wheel will come off the ground. So, I think what we need to do now is take it outside and try it out. Okay, we're going to go over and try the log because the one side of my prop here is a little bit too steep, so let's see what I can do. If I can drive one hand and film, can I do that? Alright, so what I'm going to do here is attempt to go up over this log from that side. So I'm just going to move the truck over there, even though it's already on its back. Very good. All right. Yeah, another fine obstacle is trying to come up this way. A lot of my other trucks have problems with. And the log down, down over there. That one. So let's give that a shot. Without tipping over. Come on. Oh. Actually, I think the flex is helping as far as being top heavy.
You know, the axles are moving instead of the whole darn thing. So, yeah. Because this thing would have tipped over by now, just going through here. So, let's go over and try the other one. Oh, very good, man. My other trucks have a lot of trouble with this. And it hasn't really tipped over yet. I'm gonna eat those words in a second. I got a feeling. Oh, it's so close. So I'd say that the side hill action on this is now improved a lot. Come on, baby. You can do it. Oh. Oh, man. This is a tough one here. Is it going to go over? Come on. There we go. There we go. Just like you're made for. Yeah, definitely the suspension made a lot of difference. Getting rid of the springs and them shocks and that one leaf. I'm bound determined to tip this thing over. Oh my gosh. Hey, my co-pilot's here. She's been off getting into trouble. It's almost Christmas right now, and this is most likely my last video for the year. So I wanted to try to do something. Working on the HGP 407 did not work out today, so at least we got this done. Look at that thing. Remember how the other trucks always tipped over on that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like incredible. This thing, good. I did a suspension mod to it and took the springs out of the shocks. This thing is just like a beast now. It's not as top heavy as it was. There it goes. I'm gonna tip it over.
No, you got it.
Oh, baby. Woo! Woo!
You got it.
Oh,
see?
There
you got it.
We made it. Climbing ability is pretty good. I'm kind of like hitting this thing at all angles. It's not even portal.
Wow.
Alright guys, hey, if you like this video, let me know. Make sure to subscribe. There's going to be more coming next year. I'm planning a pretty big New Year's Eve, or probably New Year's Day video coming up. So you're going to want to check that out. Anyway, everybody, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and hopefully 2021 is a whole lot better for everybody else than it's been for me. All right. So make sure to subscribe. You find me on Instagram as rc.mechanic. On Facebook, it's rc mechanic. Come see me there, and we can talk. Thank you. All right, before we go, let's check out a speed run and see how it handles. Well, it rubs still.
I got it floored.
She's just doing the walk of shame. Well, I believe it handles a lot better now. That's for sure.